Virtual cameras are available from several Tier 3 streaming platforms, but the one I use most is Ecamm Live. A virtual camera allows your computer to use the output from the primary application as a video source and present that video source as a webcam in other software like Zoom, Skype, Discord, Teams, basically anywhere you can select a webcam. Do you know where else allows you to select a webcam? Web-based streaming platforms like EVMUX. Imagine combining all the things you love about both Ecamm and EVMUX for your live show. That virtual camera makes this dream a reality. And today we'll not only share how to do that, but more importantly, why. We're on my desktop right now, and the first thing we have to do in Ecamm or whatever Tier 3 software that you might have, where you have a virtual camera, is you need to enable it. Now, you're going to do that in different ways on different platforms. Let's say if you're using OBS, if you're using EVMUX, but here in Ecamm, you would come right to your screen. You go right to the top, right where it says Output Options. We're going to go to that Output menu. Go to that Output menu. You can see here a couple of options. I'm going to zoom in on it here. One of them is the virtual camera, and you also have the virtual microphone. Okay, virtual camera and the virtual microphone. So we're going to turn on the virtual mic, and then we're going to also turn on our virtual camera. Now, for some who may be using Ecamm and you want to use it with EVMUX, you may have to install both the virtual microphone and the virtual camera. If you've never used it before, you would need to do that. And just as another FYI, the virtual camera and virtual microphone are both only available to those who have the Pro plan of Ecamm. So keep that in mind as well. But now that that has been enabled, we can head on over to EVMUX and enable or select rather the virtual camera as our camera on that platform. So here we're on the desktop, we're familiar with this scene, and we're looking at EVMUX over here. And the first thing we want to do, of course, is go to the wheel. So I'm on a dynamic scene. I've already got this session already set up in EVMUX for my show, how it all works. You can see that background is already there. I'm on a dynamic scene, not a pro scene. This is not that video. And I'm simply going to go to Cam Mic, hit the wheel, and select from the drop down Ecamm Live Virtual Camera. Right here, I'm going to highlight that again, zoom in on it, Ecamm Live Virtual Camera. Then for your audio input, we would select, go down here, Ecamm Live Virtual Microphone. I'm going to select that again, select that so that any sound effects that I play in Ecamm come over to EVMUX. Anything that I put on the screen in Ecamm come over to EVMUX. Now that we have that selected, we can close this out. We can turn on the microphone. Of course, you're already seeing that that audio is coming through. We can turn on the camera, and what we get, unfortunately, is a bit of an inception effect because I am using Ecamm to record this video. So we hit that, you'll see that on screen. We'll see it multiple times over. Let's shift really quickly over to just EVMUX so you can see what Ecamm using the virtual camera and virtual microphone look like in EVMUX, and we'll go through a presentation real quick. We're in the system in EVMUX by itself, and we are seeing the full dashboard when you go into your session. So I'm on a dynamic scene, not using the pro scenes, just gonna add my camera to the system. But before I add it, I'm gonna click on this wheel here, right? You see where it says cam/microphone. I'm gonna zoom in on that. Right on the bottom of the main page there, you are able to click on the wheel, and let's select, rather than the cam link, let's select the Ecamm virtual camera, and we're going to also select the microphone as well. So we've got both of those, and we can unmute the microphone. We can already see that that's working, and turn on the camera. You can see the camera in the bottom corner. Here I am, and we're just gonna add that to the scene. And now you can see me in EVMUX on the screen, but this is actually Ecamm Live's virtual camera. that simply has a scene built with just me on it. So what I'm gonna do is move from this scene to a presentation scene by clicking an shortcut on my Stream Deck. And so now you're seeing a presentation that I gave. And so this is a presentation view that I have in Ecamm, but with the power of the virtual camera, we can utilize that inside EVMUX. I'm gonna pause right here to say, man, if you haven't checked out EVMUX yet, it's probably a great time to go ahead and hit that affiliate link in the description, kirkarnugent.live/EVMUX, so that you can try this thing out, kick the tires. And if you like it, trust me, the prices are very reasonable for you to be able to go ahead and just stay with the Pro plan. Back to our regularly scheduled program. Here is an actual presentation. I'm just gonna kind of go through some of the scenes in this presentation. Not really gonna do the presentation, but I'm just gonna go through some of the scenes. The idea is we are utilizing the power of both EVMUX and the power of Ecamm together to create a very engaging and redundant experience. And I'm going to get more into that after we finish our demo. So some of the things that you can do in EVMUX still, even now, is do your logo. You can put up overlays. Of course, you want to make sure that that works together well. You can bring up comments from people that are on the stream. It is literally, you know, kind of a mashup of both utilities, both tools in the system at the same time. You can still bring in other guests, but they would be on their own and not on top of this platform. So you just have to keep that in mind as you think about how can I utilize these platforms together. And if you've never thought about what the virtual camera affords you, this is a great example. EVMUX is web-based, so there's built-in redundancy in case of power/internet outages, where Ecamm, being locally installed, relies on whatever redundancy you've set up. Utilizing the two platforms together gives you an additional level of safety for your live shows. This is something I do frequently for my shows, and especially for client projects that I can't afford to have fail. What are some ways you can use these two platforms together? Let us know in the comments. Learn more about EVMUX from these videos.